Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to class. Today I'm sharing an excerpt from Intermediate 325, which is a recent upload to the Iyengar Practice Hub. That's my online video library. You can join me for the full class by subscribing to the Iyengar Practice Hub. I'll put the link in the description box below, and you can start your subscription with a 7-day free trial. Before we begin, if you find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll often fold a blanket in half lengthways for this practice of UPAVISTHA KONASANA, and I'll place it on the floor behind the mat. Then the chair, I think we'll start with it set up, and I'll just set it in the middle while we sit and establish that UPAVISTHA KONASANA setting. So we've got buttocks on the blanket, legs wide to about a 90-degree angle. But here you want to note that the legs are not rolling out, the pelvis is not pulling back. So roll the pelvis forward, press the head of the thighs down, toes pointing up. We'll have the chair over the right leg for Parsva UPAVISTHA KONASANA, side open angle pose. We're not wanting to come forward and down and rest the forehead. That's for another time. Not looking for a restful practice today. It's more of the dynamic practice. So we reach forward and then we slide forward. Can you slide the chair forward? But when you do that, rotate your left armpit chest around. Press the right thigh strongly down. The weight will be predominant in the right thigh and buttock, and it will start to lift up off the left buttock. So go there, let that happen to help yourself come further over the leg. Once you feel that you're in your strong reach, strong forward bend, then do what you can to descend this left hip, left buttock, left sitting bone. But use the pressure of the hands on the chair to help you turn the chest. Yeah, sweep this left armpit chest around towards the inner right leg. Inhale, come up. Slide the chair in and we'll bring it across to the other side. So establish ourselves again in UPAVISTHA KONASANA. I didn't say earlier it could be helpful to draw the buttock flesh back. But I've said before, when you take the buttock flesh back, yes, it can help you sit on the front of the sitting bones, but don't take it out wide because then the pelvic floor drops. We want the pelvic floor to lift. Turn, face your chair. So already there's a twist. Move your right armpit chest around towards the chair. And then as you're ready, slide the chair forward. Challenge yourself not by rounding the back, but by rotating the pelvis. Move from the hips. Rotate the pelvis over your left thigh. Keep kneecaps and toes facing the ceiling. Just watch that the legs are not distorting their position. And then as you use the pressure of the hands on the seat, use that to turn, so that you're not letting this left chest be lower than the right. Sweep your right armpit chest around by pressing your hands into the chair. And you might notice the weight's a lot heavier in that left sitting bone, left buttock. Once you've found your reach, then do what you can to descend the right hip again. And we can come up. Inhale. Let's just sit in Baddha Konasana for a moment. Bring the soles of the feet together. Catch the feet with your fingers interlocked under the toes. Lift your chest up. And for now, just relax the legs. Don't try to bring the knees out and down. Just let them move out and down. So it's just the placement of the legs and then gravity that's helping you be in the pose. However, the spine and the chest are lifting up against gravity. So do work there. There's some effort there. Now squeeze the buttocks and draw the knees out and down a little more. And then relax the buttocks. Again, squeeze the buttocks, lift the pelvic floor as the knees move out and down a little more. And relax again. Once more, squeeze the buttocks, knees out and down, lift the sternum, draw the pelvic floor up. Come forward. So you're pulling on the feet, on the toes, elbows come towards the groins. Lengthen the breastbone forward as you do your best to rotate the pelvis over the femur bones. Then come up as you inhale. And let's bring the legs back to Upavishta Konasana. Now we're going to do a couple of different variations of PARIVRTTA UPAVISTHA KONASANA. The first one will keep the chair set up with the back of the chair facing us on the right side. So it's over the right leg. And this works if you've got a crossbar. If you don't have a crossbar, potentially you just reach for the seat with the right hand. But if you do, reach for the crossbar with the right hand, take the left hand over to the handle and already notice how this left chest might want to drop. We're distinguishing that this is a different pose. We're not turning to the leg with the chest now. The chest is turning away from the leg as you reach to your handle. Now, this may be as far as you can go. But if you can go further, you push the chair away from you and that hand reaches in front of your foot if you've got that reach. So it's not behind the foot, it's in front of the foot. And you're pressurizing your hand, left hand to the handle, peel the elbow tip up and back to rotate your chest. All the actions that we've been doing already in this session. But can you lengthen your right waist? Rather than shortening, lengthen your right waist, and sometimes we need to lift the left buttock up a little to enhance that. So it's helpful to have your elbows bent here. Maybe you can hook your right elbow inside the shin and press against the shin to help you sweep the right armpit chest around. But remember, we're using the pressure of the left hand on the handle to peel left elbow tip up and back and rotate left chest up. And inhale, come up. Let's go to the other side. Back of the chair facing you, and you're reaching your left hand whether to the crossbar or to the seat, but it's in front of the foot, not behind the foot. That way it helps you to move this chest forward, right armpit chest around, left armpit chest, sorry. Now, top hand to the handle. And again, this might be it for you. It might be already a significant sensation or lots of significant sensations. But as you're intending to go deeper, remember it's a pelvic movement. We want to try and rotate the pelvis over the femur bone, and that may require that this side of the pelvis lifts up. Lengthen the left waist over the leg as you slide the chair, if you can, slide the chair, and perhaps you can hook your elbow inside the leg to pivot your armpit chest forward. So left armpit chest forward, and as you pressurize the fingertips into the handle, peel right armpit chest, right elbow tip up and back, right chest up towards the ceiling. And then you try and descend that left hip again, right hip, I should say. Inhale, come up. Come back to Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together. Interlock the fingers underneath the toes. Lift the chest up. Lift from the lumbar spine. Can you roll the pelvis forward rather than having the pelvis pulled back, which causes the spine to round and the chest to drop? Roll forward so you're on the sitting bones, lifting the spine, lifting the chest. Then grip the buttocks, draw the knees out and down a little more, lift the pelvic floor up, draw pubis to navel up, and then relax that grip, including the grip of the pelvic abdominal muscles. Again, grip the buttocks, take the knees out and down, draw pelvic floor up and draw navel up and back to the back abdominal wall. Then relax. And once more, grip the buttocks, knees out and down, pelvic abdominal muscles lifting. Then relax. Stay relaxed in the buttock area and bring yourself forward. Elbows to groins, perhaps the pressure of the elbows, you can reach the elbows, help to press those thigh bones out and down. But don't grip your buttocks here. That may inhibit you being able to come forward. Now come up. And let's stretch the legs back for Upavishta Konasana. Now we take the chair and we're going to fold it. So I've got the bottom of the seat facing up to the ceiling and we take it over the right leg. Now I want to lean the chair. So it's not sitting flat on the leg. I'm letting it lean down to the floor inside the leg. Then I'm going to use the whole length here, as well as the back of the seat, to reach forward. So as I reach forward, you could start with your palm facing down, but eventually we want to turn it up because that action can help roll the shoulder down, but also then the idea is to move this armpit chest forward, right armpit chest forward. So if you can, in the classic pose, we turn the hand back and catch the ball of the foot. So here you'd be turning the hand back and holding the leg of the chair. And perhaps the elbow can come down and you can put pressure against the arm of the chair there. Then we want to try and feel the back of the seat with our shoulder as we're leaning backwards. So you have to excuse the chair as it squeaks there on the floor. But maybe we can then take this top hand over to the leg of the chair somewhere, pull on that to peel the elbow tip up and back, turn to look up and rotate the chest. Now you've got the chair, rely on the chair, lean into the chair, and even if you slide that left heel in more to lift the left buttock more to get more of a sense of leaning back into the chair. And then we'll inhale, come up. And we swap sides. It's a very strong pose. If you can't reach the leg with your hand, perhaps you can put your belt around there so you can hold on to the belt with your top hand, because I want that leverage to be able to turn. So start with the chair over the left leg, leaning down, and then we'll stretch forward along the leg of the chair there with the left hand. And perhaps you can turn the palm. Maybe this is it. Maybe that's where you're going. And maybe you're reaching over and holding the belt tied around the leg of the chair and you're twisting this way. But if you can go further, you're trying to hook your elbow against that leg of the chair, so you pressurize that to help sweep this left armpit chest around. But you could slide the right heel in a little bit and lift the right buttock so the pelvis tilts over the thigh bone, left thigh bone. And see if you can feel the back of the seat there with the back of the shoulder blade. Take your top arm up, over, reach for your chair leg, and then peel the chest up and back, as if you're trying to roll backwards. Right elbow tip up and back. Turn the right chest up. And then as you're ready, you can come up and out of the pose. If you practice yoga, you probably already know this feeling. You want to practice at home, but without guidance, home practice can sometimes feel overwhelming. You need a sense of purpose, clarity, direction, structure, and often those things can be lacking when we're at home on our own. That's exactly why I created Iyengar Practice Hub. Hi, I'm Heather, a certified senior Iyengar yoga teacher with over 28 years of teaching experience. The Iyengar Practice Hub is an extensive online video library containing hundreds of Iyengar yoga classes designed to support you wherever you are in your practice and wherever your practice needs to go next. Each class is thoughtfully created, carefully sequenced, and grounded in the principles of the Iyengar method. Within the Iyengar method, we focus on precision in technique, which involves awareness of alignment and intelligent use of props. Timings or holdings of the poses for a specified length of time. Repetition, which builds strength, flexibility, and clarity in action. And sequencing, the way we work toward a posture, along with the way the whole class is designed. This isn't just a collection of videos, it's a structured, living resource you can return to again and again. All classes are organised into 20 clearly defined categories, making it easy to find exactly what you need, whether that's arm balances, standing poses, twists, forward bends, therapeutic classes, focus on hips, back bends, or restorative classes, to name a few. Within each category, you'll find enormous variety, so your practice never becomes repetitive or stale. Every class reflects creative, intelligent sequencing, designed to build awareness step by step, with the props being used strategically to support understanding, accessibility, and deeper action in the pose. This allows you to practice with confidence at home, knowing you're being guided with care, skill, and integrity. If you're a student, this hub becomes your personal practice companion, helping you stay consistent, inspired, and connected to your body. And if you're a teacher, the Iyengar Practice Hub is an invaluable teaching resource, offering fresh sequencing ideas, intelligent prop use, and new ways of approaching familiar poses. Over time, what this library really gives you is trust. Trust in your practice, trust in your choices, and a deeper relationship with yoga that supports you both on and off the mat. If you're ready to practice with clarity, structure, and inspiration, and you want a trusted resource that you can return to again and again, click below to join the Iyengar Practice Hub today. You'll get immediate access to hundreds of intelligently sequenced classes organised by category, so you can practice with confidence at home or draw inspiration into your teaching. Join now and begin practicing with purpose. For full-length classes, check out the Iyengar Practice Hub, heatherkitchenyoga.com. The link is in the description box below.